So as most of you probably know by now, Doom Eternal will be the main focus at the E3 presentation for Bethesda this year. And it will be kind of the star of the show, as it will be the one where they take the most in-depth look, and it will probably take over most of the presentation of at least the games we've seen so far. And of course this news come out a few weeks ago now, and ever since then there seems to be more and more Doom news suddenly coming out from nowhere, I guess, this year, because we saw that gameplay being dropped out of nowhere. I knew Doom Eternal was going to be at this Google presentation, but I didn't expect them just to show off new gameplay like that without even kind of mentioning it. So that came at a nice shock, and it was actually pretty cool gameplay despite the kind of terrible graphics. They did show off actually a lot of new stuff that we didn't really know about Doom Eternal, despite only being a 2-minute long clip. So yeah, that was pretty cool. And now the latest news is that it looks like Doom Eternal, or at least Doom itself, will be actually the main focus at Quakecon as well this year, as Quakecon 2019 is now being known as Year of the Doom. And they've released a few things that we're going to see there this year. They have not told us everything yet. They said there's a few surprises on the way, but let's have a little look at what we know so far about Quakecon 2019. And here we have a news article that talks just a little bit more about what we know so far, which is kind of brief, but let's go through this. id Software's annual Quakecon will celebrate Doom in a big way this year. In fact, id and Bethesda Softworks are calling this year's fan gathering Quakecon Year of Doom. Immediately, this tells us that Doom is actually going to be a huge focus at Quakecon, even though the previous years it's actually been quite a high part of Quakecon. It's always been one of the main ones, but this year they're going to take it that step further. And as we can see from the second paragraph, Doom Eternal's 25th anniversary will be part of a 4-day event, which will include Doom inspired activities, events, exclusives, developer panels, hands-on demos, new information about Doom Eternal, and a few surprises we aren't quite ready to talk about. Let's go through this a bit more. Doom inspired activity. I have no idea what they mean by that. I mean, it could be anything from like random quizzes to, I don't know, maybe they've actually managed to summon the Doomslayer to Earth and then they're going to make you take him down, which I'd love to see something like that. But anyway, moving on. Events, which is the usual, and exclusives. So we're going to see some new stuff, at least about Doom. And this could be anything from like merch to, I don't know, other things they're working on the Doom at this point. We don't know. It's going to be exclusive, so I'm going to guess there's going to be something like exclusive merch that you can only buy at Quakecon 2019. Developer panels, which are always great to see more information. Hands-on demos, this is where it gets interesting. I'm pretty sure they're going to show a Doom Eternal demo right here as well, so I can't wait to see what that looks like. New information about Doom Eternal, of course, the big one. Doom Eternal, we can't wait to see more about this. I don't know what they have planned here. I mean, it could be anything really. It could be just a little bit of new information here or there, because QuakeCon's E3 is gonna take over the main part of the event. So it looks like, I'm guessing QuakeCon this year is just gonna sort of add to that over anything else. But either way, new Doom Eternal information will always be great. Maybe, just maybe, they'd hold on to the release date to QuakeCon, but I'm really hoping that we're going to see the release date at E3 2019 this year. Anyway, keep moving on. We also have a few surprises we aren't quite ready to talk about. Okay, this one's quite interesting. So I'm guessing this is going to result to Doom Eternal, but this could also mean other Doom news that they have not mentioned yet. Maybe there's other stuff they're working on, like, for instance, Doom 1, Doom 2 coming to Switch, maybe PlayStation 4 as well, since they got left out these systems. Or it could be, like I said, about Doom Eternal, more surprises that they're gonna not tell us about yet. Or of course this could literally just mean something at the QuakeCon event focusing on Doom, so maybe other kind of events going on there that they don't want to mention yet. Maybe something that, like an event that spoils what happens in Doom Eternal that we've not supposed to know yet. And I'm talking about the E3 presentation we're going to see this year. Maybe there's going to be a special kind of multiplayer presentation that I don't want to mention yet. Anyway, there's going to be an actual normal Doom multiplayer yearly event at QuakeCon this year as well. So I'm talking about Doom Eternal this time. So yeah, that's basically what we know so far. Not too much to go on, but what is said is interesting. The fact that Doom Eternal will be a main focus at E3 and Quakecon this year. Shows a lot. That's pretty cool. Of course, there's a few extra surprises that we don't know about yet, which could be pretty fun. And either way, the Year of the Doom for Quakecon is actually pretty interesting to me. I'm definitely going to watch Quakecon again this year. I never really watched them before last year, only to see the Doom presentation news. I knew of them. I saw parts of it previous years, but they kind of kept Quakecon private and up to now, I guess. I mean, we don't know this year if Quakecon's actually going to be private like it was like a few years before when the very first Doom reboot come out back in back in 2016, but a year before they showed off gameplay exclusive to the Quakecon attendees. So no one else saw that apart from them at the time. So they might go back to that way. They might show exclusive content just for the Quakecon players, or they might decide to do what they've been doing so far and go all out publicity with this Doom Eternal, where everyone sees information, not people beforehand, which is kind of the way I like it, because I can't make it to Quakecon, which sucks. I wish they had it over here as well, but they don't. Anyway, of course, this does prove that we won't see Doom Eternal until after Quakecon, which is something that most of us suspected. I mean, there might be a few people who thought it would come out surprisingly straight after E3 or not, but Quakecon comes out in July, so that's not really when I imagine the game come out. I still think it's going to be late this year, like October to December sort of time, maybe September. That's still my best bet, and I feel like Quakecon will be the last show of Doom Eternal before we get it, so that'd be like the last news we'll get. I'm still very confident that it's going to come out this year. They said it would. They've kept it all a secret so far when we'll actually see it this year, but they seem pretty confident they wanted to see it this year, and now we're starting to get a huge amount of information about Doom Eternal popping up. It definitely at least convinces me that we're going to see it this year. The way that they're going to have such big in-depth looks at these games, E3 and Quakecon, is definitely a good push in the right direction for me. So yeah, anyway, that was a little bit of news that we now know about Quakecon this year. It looks like Quakecon's going to be just as interesting as E3 as well. So anyway, what do you think of this? Do you think it's pretty cool news or anything else? Just let me know in the comments down below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.